Hello, it's me again. I am in the process of creating some task boxes for some kindergartners that are autistic, and I wanted to share some of this in case it's helpful to someone else. Now, I do have a better than average knowledge of autism, certainly as a school psychologist, and some interventions, including task boxes and visual schedules, works. Anyway, but I found this year that, and it's not unique to this year, but I am this year working with a lot of young teachers or lateral entry teachers. It's not enough, just to share resources online or ideas or discussion. And I felt like I really needed to make some sample boxes so that teachers maybe who could use them would have a better understanding of, what are some options. So I do want to tell you a couple things. One, you can go online and find a lot of ideas, and that's great. I will tell you that now, compared to maybe 5 years ago, it's really hard to get anything for free. And so it's going to be a lot cheaper for you to create your own task boxes and create maybe some of your own materials for those task boxes, or use a lot of household items. And the second thing is, be careful with sharp objects, meaning that some of what I am doing here requires an X-Acto knife. I don't know if I was traumatized as a child, but I get scared when I have to use that thing. So I'm glad I don't have to use it very often, and I'm not really super good at it. But what you'll see and you'll learn when you start doing this, you don't have to be perfect. And these I'm going to show you 3 different activities that I've put together or am in the process of putting together, just to give you an example. And these are really, I see these as trial learning or experimentation, because I really, for the child foremost in mind, for following up with the teacher early this week, I don't have a really good feeling for what is going to be appropriate for him for a task box. The reason I say that is he's in kindergarten. When he doesn't want to do something right now, he shuts down and exhibits behaviors. So the beauty of task boxes, when you match it appropriately to the child's need, helps the child learn how to school, basically. You're basically trying to extend the time that the student can work independently. So the tasks that you do or provide to the student need to be things that the student can do on their own. And the point is not to teach a new skill, but to help extend the amount of time that that child can maybe sit at their desk to work independently. So there's all kinds of task boxes, and if you already know, or if you go online and do more research, there are activities that you just put things in. There's sorting, there's matching. I'm talking, this is like for young elementary. There's all kinds of options, especially as children get older, and I'm not going to go into that. And it's just really about finding, I hate the phrase sweet spot, but it really is in this situation about finding the sweet spot of what is very doable for that child and is going to also maintain their attention for the task. So anyway, let me just go right into what I want to show you. So one thing, this boy, I'll call him Tommy, that's not his real name. Tommy's teacher told me that she would like to start out with, she's a new teacher, she said that she would like to start out with sorting colors. And she gave me a couple of links of a couple different colors to do, or to use. So what I did is I got a little, this is like a feta cheese container, and I do paint. I'm very fortunate. Probably a lot of teachers have all kinds of crafty, cool stuff too, but I did have some black paint. It's actually black gesso in this case. And I painted it so that that's not distracting. And then I have a lid here where it says, you know, blue, red, green, and yellow. I'm not even expecting the child to read those words. It's just, you know, there to promote that awareness of that word, and they're printed in those colors. And there is a slot, obviously, where the student is going to have a container. We'll start it with this and take them out of here. But Tom is just going to take a link, and we're going to have a bunch of links, and he's just going to sort them and put them in the slot as appropriate, right? That's pretty self-explanatory. But honestly, having observed Tommy, I'm not 100% sure that he's ready for the sorting. Maybe he is, and that's great, and that's why we were prepared for that. But plan B is I just made this. So if the sorting task is too difficult for him, teacher can very quickly put on the different lid, switch out the lid, and this becomes then just a put in task, okay? So that's one. And then another thing I did is I got some pictures from the internet. I'm not selling this, so anyway, what I did, again, this is a child with autism, and again, I am not sure that this is going to be appropriate for this child. This is an experimental activity. But what I have here are some different pictures of happy, different pictures of sad, and you know, tried to mix it up a little bit, add a little bit of diversity where I could, but trying to keep the idea of the student in mind. Anyway, and then I have some Velcro pieces on here, and then I also, this is called a feelings match. So then I have cards. Picture cards with the Velcro on the top, and the student's just going to match the picture with the picture. And again, this is just, I don't know if this is going to work for him or not. Some students need to work with objects and they're not ready for pictures. Plus, you know, I'm trying to tap in here about discriminating between happy and sad. I don't know if he's going to be ready for this. And that's why I didn't even bother going through the effort to maybe laminate the materials. But if I thought this was a really good activity and I wanted to continue using it, we would probably laminate that. Okay, then I wanted to show you two things that I'm just really starting on. And one, I have this straw container, and I put this little cup inside. I'm going to cut this out. I didn't cut it out yet because I'm going to paint this whole thing some color, some plain color. And then what I did, using my X-Acto knife, I made holes here. So I'm going to take straws. I am going to cut the straws so they're not going to be full size. But then I'm going to have, this task will be just the student. This part is going to contain the straw pieces, and he's just going to take it out, put it in, take it out, put it in, and then if you can imagine, they'll all be standing out. Okay, so I'm pretty confident he's going to be able to do that. Okay. And then the last thing that I am in the process of making is I have this box. It's from an Amazon delivery, and what I've done is painted it actually with black gesso. And then I am going to jazz it up a little bit with some other colors, make it a little, you know, pretty, I guess, for lack of a better word. And then what I'm going to do is make a large hole here that's going to have objects, and then a smaller one here. And right now what I'm probably going to use for this trial is these are actually, if I pick up a bunch, these are actually pieces cut up from a paper towel roll. Okay, so I cut them up in pieces. So on this task, the student is going to take one of these out, and then there's going to be a smaller hole here. So you take it out of the big hole, put it in the little hole, and then he's just going to do it with the rest of them. So again, you know, like I said, this is not teaching a new skill. This is trying to extend that time of being able to sit, also giving a sense of accomplishment, which a lot of students, especially with autism and young little kids, they don't necessarily have that sense of accomplishment, that something is over. So I haven't made it yet, but I'm also going to make a little visual of, like, I'm thinking I'm probably going to do 1, 2, 3, and then done. And I like that I saw on the internet somebody else mentioned that she does number 1 as green, number 2 is yellow, number 3 is red, to go along with the stop, you know, the stoplight kind of thing. So I thought that was kind of neat. But I'm gonna put something like that together, and then I also am gonna paint this, and I think this is gonna be like the finished box, so that he's gonna start at the left and then have a box like this on the floor, probably because his desk isn't that big, to his right. And then when he finishes a task, he's gonna put it in the box that signals he's done. And this one, actually, the cover, he'll just cover it up if he wants or not. Now, the thing is, like, I do want to mention too, like, for instance, with this feelings one with the Velcro, when the student is done, he's not gonna take it apart. We're gonna leave it as finished, put it in the box, and then the teacher later will, you know, get it ready for another session. So that's where I'm at right now. My plan is to first consult with the teacher, show her what I've done, ask her if it is pretty much what she was thinking or thinks will work, and then setting up a time where I can introduce and teach the child how to do this. That's my plan. Hopefully this will go well, and I hope that this video is helpful to somebody out there. My plan, oh my gosh, I have so many other materials and ideas. I have a bunch of ideas written down. And so if I do more, if I have time, I will share them as well. All right, till next time.